This is a quest of mine to understand why my grandparents fled Europe and the circumstances around it. I'm trying to establish that context, and today was amazing in that respect. Because little by little, as we've gone along, we see these persecutions of women and Jews, and they are reaching a crescendo. And today, I stepped into that place. It all started coming together, and then I saw the women, and I knew that these were Jewish women. And these were memorials to Jewish women in the middle of a big, bustling city in France. They have been able to preserve these memories. I saw the six-pointed star with a rose in the middle, in a medallion where the ribs cross on a vaulted ceiling. That put me on high alert. And then I walked in and saw in this side chapel with these beautiful women, life-size portrayals of them. And you know they aren't religious, because the Christians show women with their heads bowed, they're subservient. Now, the Celts have a tradition of remembering and of venerating heroes, not worshiping gods, but venerating people who've done extraordinary work in maintaining their civilization and maintaining their families and keeping hope alive in the most horrid of situations. Let me just divert for a second. Let me put this in real time, because we are in France right now, the second day of our wonderful trip that we're having in France. Just amazing. And we were graciously received into a wonderful setting with gardens, beautiful wisteria and bloom, just a marvelous setup for us at the end of the day to do just exactly what we need to do. We've essentially got a small office set up here now with our cameras and our computers. And at the end of that day came just an enormous treat from our hosts, who have a very extensive system of caves under the property. And they have taken it upon themselves to get really well-versed in what they have here. Doué-la-Fontaine is not far from Saumur, right on the Loire River, right in that beautiful, beautiful area of France where the Loire runs through all the way to the ocean. And in this particular area, they're rich with limestone caves because the whole place has been covered by a sea, an inland sea. And so they've got all these crustaceans from that period of time in these caves. And they have taken it upon themselves to invite people in, to offer them lodging and a wonderful setup, and then take them on an intensive tour, tremendously informative, of this system of caves that is under their property, where for thousands of years people have hidden out. At first they did it against the elements, probably. In the period since, Europe has just been so inundated with attacks, and the most recent of which is Ukraine. So it's very timely. But when you're under attack, you need to know where to go to safety. And these caves have offered that with extensive networks, subterranean, where people have holed themselves off for long periods of time and been able to survive. This was a hugely important dimension for us to remember about the importance of this, because we saw this in the Champagne region of these underground networks. And here, with the added information that we've had since writing the Champagne book, we are able to appreciate all the more the crucial importance of having some place to flee to, a safe house where you're likely not to be discovered. Now, maybe it's on the top of a mountain, maybe it's in the middle of a huge forest where there are no paths in and lots of wild animals, or maybe it's subterranean. So here we are. I am seeing things like the six-pointed star with the rose in the middle, and all of these wonderful women. And I'm very quickly concluding, based on the other information that we've been able to amass, that Jewish women have been under attack because they have been leaders, because they have been warriors, because they have fought to the nth degree for their family's freedom. They have been singled out as heretics, as witches, as the worst possible accusation. Heretics. These women were accused of heresy. Heresy. What is heresy? Except anything anybody wants to dream up about you. And of course, the Jews were always heretics because they wouldn't convert to Christianity. Christianity has targeted women for the past 2,000 years. And the Jewish women were the resistors. They were not Christian converts. All of this we have in a body of work, but I'm just telling you my conclusions now. What I'm saying to you is that Jewish women have been persecuted from the beginning of Christianity. They have been enslaved by Rome originally, and that enslavement as inferiors has continued. Under the Celts, they were anything but inferior. They stood up to the Romans. They mounted campaigns against the Romans in Britain, in the Rhineland. These women were a huge threat to the Roman conquest. And we see it all over Europe. We see memorials to these amazing women. If you can get to more remote places in fest halls that have not been altered into Christian churches to the extent that they've whitewashed the walls and removed all the statuary from the alcoves and smashed everybody's face beyond recognition. If you can get to the places where these things haven't happened, you see these women. I think that being a Jew had nothing to do with religion initially. Women who were taking on invaders to save their family. When your family is under threat, you will do anything to protect them. The rose inside the six-pointed star, and then that collection of women who are clearly not religious, clearly a memorial. I hope that we will be able to see what I am seeing today. Thank you.